Not long after Pennsylvania DA Ray Gricar went missing, investigators had a new lead.
Investigators now said that they're looking for a woman.
Ray had been seen with a dark-haired woman in a shop in Lewisburg. At first, investigator Daryl Zagani wondered if maybe Ray had had a fling.
Did you check hotel and motel records to find out if a couple had stayed in the Lewisburg area around that time?
We sent troopers out, did a hotel-by-hotel search, talked to the desk clerks, car registrations were checked, descriptions of the female that he was seen talking to were presented, Ray's pictures was presented.
But they came up empty. And when they canvassed nearby train and bus stations to see if anyone matching the couple's description had left town, they came up empty again. So they began asking, how likely was it that Ray Gricar, a standout DA, a guy who seemed happy in love at last, would run off with another woman? Ray's nephew, Tony, didn't buy it.
He wasn't married, so what would the point be of, running off, with a mystery woman?
And perhaps, not unexpectedly, Ray's live-in girlfriend didn't buy it either.
I know that if Ray did not want to be in this relationship with me, he would tell me. I know that.
As investigators developed the lead, they too came to believe that Ray was not romancing the mystery woman. It didn't jibe with what they were hearing, and what they were hearing was plenty mysterious.
Were there multiple witnesses to Gricar and this woman?
There were people in the street of shops that saw Ray with this lady walking together, talking. They would separate, go into a different little shop, come back out, start to meet up, walk together, sometimes go into a shop together, come back out, and then ultimately he didn't see them anymore. It's a very big place.
Investigators had a slew of questions. For starters, the woman's identity. What was it that she and Ray were talking about? And was she there to lure Ray into a trap? Or was she helping him start a new life? NBC News consultant Yolanda McClary says the answers would be pure gold.
I think she could answer some questions here as to, was it a meet setup that went wrong for Ray, being the foul play, or was this someone who had information for him and maybe it still went wrong?
Or just someone he met casually, very innocently, but who could at least give us some sense of his state of mind.
Absolutely. I mean, they said it didn't seem like they were intimate, but at least knew each other the way they were kind of talking and strolling. I'm just thinking maybe she could shed a little bit of light as to what happened in those last few moments.
Investigators worked hard to track the woman down. They weren't successful, and some began wondering how credible the sighting was. As weeks stretched into months, the case of the missing DA was stalled. Then, in the summer of 2005, the river surprised them all. It gave up a huge clue.
A cold case may have just gotten a boost with a discovery by two fishermen.
The fishermen saw something glinting in the shallow water. Turned out it was a laptop.
They go, what's that? And they started looking at it and thought, hey, it looks like a computer, and they pulled it out and they got it to us, and we determined that it was Ray's laptop through some serial numbers and stuff.
It was Ray's work laptop, issued by the county. Investigators' excitement quickly turned to frustration because the hard drive was missing from it. Instead of answering investigators' questions, the laptop just gave them more. Why did Ray have his work laptop with him if he was playing hooky? Where was the hard drive, and why was it missing? They were still mulling that over when the river surprised them again and gave it up. A mother and her child saw it lying in the riverbed.
When that hard drive was found, was your first thought that this is going to explain our mystery?
We thought, this is going to do it. This is going to tell us what's going on.
It wasn't to be. Forensic computer experts told them they couldn't retrieve any data. The hard drive was just too damaged.
When you found out that nothing could be recovered, tell me your reaction.
Very upset. It was like this great big carrot hanging there, and you reach for it, and you just about have it, and it's gone. There's nothing there.
Later, the hard drive was analyzed at the same lab that recovered data from the hard drive in the Space Shuttle Columbia,
and liftoff of Space
which disintegrated in 2003. It was another dead end. Still, the fact that the hard drive had been removed from the laptop only added to the mystery. Tony recognized that early on.
When you heard about the laptop and the hard drive found separately, did that change your thinking?
When I was called in by the investigators and said, "Hey, Tony, we found the laptop," and I said, "Great," and they said, "But there's no hard drive." That gave me pause. Anybody's going to look at that and say, "Wait a minute, that wasn't an accidental thing."
The mystery of the missing DA was now tightly focused on that damaged hard drive. Had it been deliberately removed from the laptop and destroyed? Was Ray's disappearance linked to something on it?